Say guys, we're here with a sharpening video. Today I was sent this Thiers Issard. This is a brand new factory edge on this. It was sent to me by a guy. He said, look, just fix it for me because it doesn't shave worth a shit. And it doesn't. I tried it. I tested it. But these TIs, they have some problems with them. The grinds on them are off and they can tend to be warped and they don't want to sit flat on the stone. So I'm going to show you, the geometry correction. I've done a video on it before on the TI. I'm going to do it again. I'm going to take you all the way through it. I said I wasn't going to even show any more. I said to myself I wasn't going to show any more of the geometry corrections because of all the shit I catch about it. But you guys reminded me in the comments of the videos, which I do appreciate. It's really only a few guys. It's a handful of guys that give me a hard time, that tried to get my channel banned and censored and all of that stuff because of what I'm going to show you now. But to really get these to shave, it needs to be done. I think that the TIs, the steel on these are the best razors of the modern mass-produced razors that you can get. I think they put the German stuff to shame. But provided that it's done properly. So I'm going to take you through that. We'll go from the beginning all the way to the end. And stay tuned, guys, because there's a freaking killer giveaway with this video for Christmas. So you want to stick around for that. I don't know when I'm going to do it, in the middle of the video, the end of the video. So people that are out there just fishing, you're going to have to watch the whole thing. Okay, yeah, we're going to go through this. We'll see you at the stones. All right, so what we're going to do, we're starting out with this 400 diamond plate. Now what I did with the razor is I put tape on the edge because I just want to work the spine. I don't want to work down the edge as I'm working on the spine. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to be checking along the spine to see where the wear is. I'll see if I can show it to you as I do this. But really, it's not much work that needs to be done. I know some of you guys had sent me razors and you tried some of the geometry work on the spine and it looks like you pretty much way overdid it. And what I'm seeing here, there's about from here to here is the high spot, and it's worn most all the way down. I mean, I should say I can see the wear right now. That goes almost all the way. It goes down to about here. So what I have found is that I only need to do about 75% on the stone, because as I progress to the 1K and the 5 and all that, it pretty much takes care of the rest. So that's about all that will need. That took down that high spot right on the center there. The other side, this one has a problem more towards the heel end of the spine. It has this offset wobble to it. Yeah, that's coming down. Surprisingly, yeah, it's coming down center as well. You see over here, I'm checking it. This happens to be a natural stone countertop, so it's flat. I usually use the piece of granite is what I talk about. Yeah. Yep, that totally took that out. So we did it. That is the geometry correction, and I have wear about, I don't know, from here to here, which took the high spot out on both sides. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to take this tape off. Now I'm going to do it together without tape to get the edge. And the whole edge is hit. A little bit sharp on that corner. Take that down. Good. And that, folks, is a set bevel. All right, so now it gets easy. Because what we do at this point is we basically are going to refine what the 400 just did. So this is a Chaucera 1K. In my opinion, this is the best 1K, or what people will refer to as a bevel setter, that you can get. I know there's other 1Ks, but... And I'm going to hone this without tape. It is a hollow ground, full hollow. So I don't use tape on them. When we get to the heavy grinds, the quarter hollows and the wedges and all that, I like to use layer tape. Yeah, what I'm noticing is right here, there's one spot. Can you see? You can't see. Well, you can see what I'm pointing to. One spot that it's barely catching the edge, but it is hitting. So what that tells me is it's just the grind on there. It isn't quite ground out quite enough there, but it's enough. Yep. This bevel will now be set pretty much forever. All this razor at this point will ever need after I do this is like a, you know, an 8K and a finish stone, or I guess maybe a 5K if you kind of really banged it up. But will never need to set the bevel here again. It's set right now. I've said it many times. Setting the bevel is a one-shot deal. And I'm gonna say this. These gotta set the bevel crowd people. Gotta set the bevel, dude. Set the bevel. Setting the bevel, overrated. Overrated. I can hear the heads exploding. It's a one-shot deal. After you set the bevel and you shave with the razor and it gets dull, you don't need to go back to this stone. I know a lot of people like to do it because they paid money for the stone and want to go through their 18 stone progression. But you see me do enough razors so far where I do, you know, 2, maybe 3 stones. 8K finish stone, maybe a 5/8 finish stone, that's all. Today I'll use even a couple extra ones just because I like to do it for fun. Yep, we're catching hairs. It's good. You see me doing that? Did I save my tomato? I think I ate my tomato in a salad the other day. I'm going to get that rear corner, which tends to get a little sharp. Yeah. All right, so that's it. That's it on the 1K. 5K. Some people will go a stone in between the 1K and the 5K like I'm doing. They'll want to go to a 2 or a 3, something in between. You can do the jump like this, especially if you use the slurry like I'm doing. The slurry will bridge that gap between the 1 and the 5. It'll make it easier and goes real fast. And you can see how dark the slurry gets from the metal. It's definitely taken metal off, so I've never had a problem with this. We talked a little bit about, on one of my videos, I don't know, maybe that video's not out yet. Anyway, how do I know when I'm done? Well, there's no resistance, there's no grittiness, and the feeling as I continue to do this doesn't change. You know, when you first start, when I came from the 1K, I could feel some resistance and I could feel some roughness at the edge. I don't feel that anymore. That's all gone. Everything's the same time after time. All right, that's it on the 5. What's next? The Norton 8. Is this starting, am I starting to sound like a broken record here? I mean, I do the same thing every time. But I know you guys always want to watch this. That's cool. I appreciate it. Man, look at that. That's an 8K taking off that kind of metal. Let's see how dark that's getting. That's it. I mean, not the slurry. Just run it on some. And I can feel a little resistance here as that edge becomes more refined and the metal sticks to the stone. Yep. Nicely done. Okay, so what I'm going to do now is I'm going to take the edge and look at it under my microscope to make sure everything looks good, and then we'll be back for the finish. All right, so for the finish, I'm going to just hold the stone. Now this this is a caudicle. This is a fantastic caudicle. I found this caudicle on eBay. I had a friend call me. Eagle Eye Scott calls me. Goes, dude, I see this caudicle on eBay, and he says you got to get it. He says that's a vintage. Is it a vintage stone they call it? You know, the ones without any. They don't give them names, but yeah. And this stone, this little stone, I don't know, is it 4 by 2 maybe? It was $100 at the time. I got this many years ago, and you know, which was pretty high price at the time, but this thing works phenomenal. So what I'm going to do, I went from 8K, and I'm going to go to just this caudicle, and we're going to do it until it gets sticky or I feel that it's done, and then I'm going to do one more step after this. If you haven't seen my caudicle series, I have a series. There's like 3 or 4 videos in it. I did that quite a while ago. I'm trying to think. I don't know, 6, 7 years ago I did that video, or series of videos. But yeah, I kind of go through it and how I arrived at my technique here of running this under running water. Basically, I found that the slurry on cauticles just wrecks the edge. For the most part. There are some that don't, but I don't use slurry on my caudicle stones. Now, we're not getting a stick on this, but I feel there's nothing changing here. So that's it. Now what I'm going to do in just one last step, and I think I showed this on a recent video, I think one of the Kravchenko razors. I used my black arc. I love this stone. I think I said before it's my favorite stone. It definitely is. But this right here is mineral oil. I have some of the Norton honing oil. I just don't know where it is. But this is fine. You see, I just spread it on there. So since I have a conical edge on there, I'm not going to do too much on here, because what I want this stone to do is just enhance the conical edge. I don't want to create a full-on black arc edge, although those are great edges too. The way that I burnished it, it's just so smooth, so glass-like, and when you do this, you can almost swear that you think there's no way that that thing's doing anything to the edge, but boy, does it create a nice edge. All right, I think I'm going to stop it right there. Cleaning some of the oil. It's okay to leave some on. All right, so what I'm going to do, I'll take a look at it under the scope. Now, wasn't that just terrible? That terrible, disgusting honeware that you put on there. The amount of honeware that was put on there is so minimal. I don't know if you can see that. Maybe you can see it reflecting in the light. But the difference it's going to make is just unbelievable. You know, I just looked at the edge under the microscope. It looks magnificent. I'm going to have to shave with it. I don't know if I'll do it on film. But by the way, this is the Le Grelot, which means it's the half hollow. I think I said that it was a full hollow, but it's half hollow, or I don't know, maybe like 3/4 or something. But they're a little bit heavier grind than their full hollows, because the full hollow ones are almost like an extra hollow, and I like the little bit heavier grind. Anyway, this turned out great. I know the guy that sent to me is going to be extremely happy with it. I don't know if I said, but I tested it with the factory edge on a shave. It's just, don't even bother. Don't bother. All right, guys, so that's it. So now let's do this unbelievable giveaway, all right? The guys over at the ILR place, they were wicked generous as far as what they gave. So yeah, let's do that right now. It's Christmas 2022, and the ILR people, very generous. They donated some stuff, and actually what I have here are 2 prizes. There's going to be a first prize and a second prize, and I'll just go over what we have. So for the first prize is their, this is an English bridle with one of their strops. I've gone over these before. Very well done, very well made. The quality of the finished work is second to none. He has the trim leather, which is the NFL Horween special contract leather. Like I said, the English bridle. As far as the linen, it's the foam core. Very well done. There's also the premium grade stone. Let's see if I can. Yeah, the premium grade. This is the big one, the 3x8. And also, you're going to get one of their new reformulated shave creams. That's tallow-based cream. This stuff's great. Let's see. There's 2 different. There's a tobacco and caramel, and then a Japanese grapefruit and frankincense. So you can pick whichever one you want. But now for the second prize, and honestly, I kind of like the second prize better, because it's the 2x6 stone, which is the regular, what they call their ultra fine hone. which is the one that I always recommend that people get, only because it's for razors and it's a good size. But also, and this is something I've never seen before, again, it's one of their strops, and this is the Latigo Horween leather, but it's a 2-inch strop. It's very narrow, and to me, I kind of like the narrower stuff. In fact, I don't have a 2-inch strop. I have a 2.5, and I like it better than my 3-inch, but the 2-inch, that one to me seems even better. Again, the foam core back, the stone, and one of the shave creams. So all you need to do is comment down below, and I'll pick one of the names, and hopefully we'll be able to get it to you by Christmas time. So you guys have a great rest of the day. Enjoy your shave. Merry Christmas, and we'll see you soon.